you help me find something? We're taking a historical tour of downtown Phoenix. We need to know. Can you tell us where the Roman Catholic Basilica is? We heard it's a beautiful building. That's right. I said, the Roman Catholic Basilica? She said, yeah. I said, it's right across. And just as soon as I started to put my hand up to point across the street, her husband, who's also 90, maybe 91, nudges his wife and says, honey, look at his name tag. Goldstein. Yeah, he's not going to know where the Roman Catholic Basilica is, all right? I said, excuse me, sir, two things. First of all, just because you're 90 doesn't mean anybody can't fucking hear you, all right? Also, the second thing is, just because I'm Jewish does not preclude me from being able to see across the street. It's right there, all right? It's a big building with Jesus in it, all right? Look. See, it's right through the window, dick, all right? People treat you differently, just because. Although, I will tell you one thing, who's drinking tonight? Is there anybody drinking tonight? Ow! Yeah, let's have a hand if you're drinking. Come on, I want to hear you people crying out loud. Like the overdue M&M and the fuck show next door, you know what I mean? Let's go. So anyway, I started thinking, drinks are funny. They can be based in a lot of things. Being Jewish, I always thought, why should the Irish have a monopoly on drinks named after atrocities, right? Who's ever drank an Irish car bomb before? Come on, clap if you ever had an Irish car bomb. Yeah, that's right. And why do you have an Irish car bomb? Because you're going to get fucked up, that's why. Because the name says it's an Irish car bomb. That's not funny, right? A lot of people have died in Irish car bombs, right? Hurricanes. Let's have a hurricane. That's not funny, right? So I started thinking, maybe I'll get successful one day. I'll open up a bar. Maybe called Goldstein's or something. I don't want to go to that. But anyway, I'll have a drink called the Holocaust. You know what I'm saying? That's right. I'll have 11 kinds of alcohol to burn the shit out of your stomach. That's right. That's right. For every one of you people out there that are like, oh, yeah, two of you be like, I'll buy that fucking drink. I totally buy that drink. That's right.
Are you in recovery?
Yes. Recovery. That's right. I will say one thing about that. Drinking can be nice, but drugs are awesome, which is the problem, right? That's the problem with drugs. I remember years and years ago, I had a little situation where I had to have a little minor procedure. That's what doctors call it. They charge you $11,000 to do something, And they gave me Percocet. Well, clap your hands if you like Percocet, by the way. Yeah, it's awesome. I had never had that before in my life, and I took it home, and I took several of them, and the next thing I know, I'm going like this. Man, elephants gestate for 19 months on this documentary? What? You know what I mean? Like, you're itching your nose, and all of a sudden, the Discovery Channel's the coolest thing you've ever seen in your life, right? Yeah, but then you end up in rehab, which is not fun. Someone yelled out recovery. And for those of you that have ever been to any kind of recovery or rehab, have you noticed that there's something about a rehab, even if you're only there for one of those weekend recovery deals? Recovery or a rehab has something in common with a high school or college party. Within the first couple hours you were in a rehab or a recovery facility, three things will happen to you the first hour that you were there that will happen in the first couple hours of a high school or college party. Anybody know what that is? First thing, some girl's going to start crying, right? I mean, a girl cries at every college. So, I can't believe he's treating me like this, right? That's one thing. Then two douchebag men are going to get into a fist fight, right? That's another thing that's going to happen. And the third thing that happens at every high school or college party and every rehab or recovery center is some guy comes up to you that you've known for an hour and a half and says this, look, man, in the 11 minutes I've known you, I feel like we're like this. We should totally hang out more, right? We should totally hang out a lot, right? But it's true. You can sneer at me all you want. I've had to learn a lot of things. I get treated differently because I am the way I am, and I have my mother's hips, and I'm going to have to learn how to live with that, all right? Nothing I can do about it. So I was watching the news a lot lately, and I was thinking about things that you could binge on. Speaking of recovery, people talk about drugs, and they talk about drinking. So by the way, after I opened up that bar and I have that really horrible drink, I started thinking, if that doesn't work, maybe I could go into some kind of Jewish porn. That would be awesome, all right? 'Cause that's funny right away, you know what I mean? Then I started thinking, where would I set a Jewish porn movie at? There's only one place you could set a Jewish porn movie at. That would be World War II, right? I call it Schindler's Tryst, right? That's right, that's right. Because, you know, there's nothing like a dick and a schmear, right? You know? That's right. It's not a big schmear, you know? You can't overeat now. That's another addiction you're not allowed to have. You're not allowed to overeat. Matter of fact, I don't know if you guys have watched this lately, but who heard this story I would have been about a year ago? New York says that you can only buy a 20-ounce soda.
Yeah.
Like that's going to make a difference. That's going to put a dent in the overeating problem. 20-ounce soda. By the way, look this up if you don't believe me. I was actually reading the newspaper that day. Did you know that Bloomberg announced that you can only buy a 20-ounce soda on, wait for it, National fucking Donut Day. That's right. So on the same day that he announced that you can only buy a 20-ounce soda, we're celebrating a fried pastry. You know what I mean? And then about a week later, what does Golden Corral do? Chocolate fucking fountain. Right. And now, after that, all you can eat cotton candy. So, you know, but hey, at least you can only order 20 ounces of soda at a Golden Corral while you're putting it under a fucking chocolate fountain and filling it with cotton candy, right? That's right. So I was thinking to myself, you know, what else is a problem with these days when you start to look at the addictions that we have? And then I started thinking Sesame Street is front and center. Have you heard about this? Sesame Street, I know what you're saying, right? Sesame Street. Cookie Monster is no longer allowed to eat cookies the way he did. Have you heard about this? Yeah. That's right, because they say he's binge eating. Now Cookie Monster can't eat a bunch of cookies unless he's had his vegetables. Right? Right. So he can binge eat vegetables, not cookies. But that is not as big of a problem as the big problem that they announced about 3 or 4 months ago on the news was that somebody made a protest because they asked Sesame Street if they would allow Bert and Ernie to be married. And Sesame Street made an official statement saying no, he can't be married. Yeah, because we're not gonna celebrate the gay lifestyle. All right. Who watched? Clap if you watched Sesame Street when you were a kid. I mean, who didn't watch that, right? That's right. Okay, 3 things right off the bat. First of all, Ernie and his rubber ducky in the tub. All right, there's one thing. They lived together for what, like 35 years. All right. But Bert's got a pigeon fetish. All right, and their skin is fucking flawless. Have you seen it? I mean, come on, like they're not gay already. We don't need people to tell us they're not gay. It's crazy. You know, so you got that, then you got all these video games that kids are playing too that help them become violent, overeat, drug addicts. And I started thinking, what's the worst video games on the planet? Anybody know? Anybody have a guess? Come on.
Halo.
What's that? Yeah, there you go. How about Facebook video games? Yeah, how about the Facebook video? It's changed like the whole culture of the way we live. I know people like this. Hey, dude, you want to go to happy hour? I can't have fucking strawberries ready at 4:30. All right? Yeah, Farmville and all that shit. First of all, one thing I don't understand about Facebook is this. This actually happened to me a couple weeks ago. A buddy of mine comes, he puts a post up there, and he says, I'm going to digress a little bit. He puts up a post. He says, tonight we're taking mom off the ventilator. She has 3 hours. I don't know why that's fucking funny. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, it's horrible. All right? No, tonight... But seriously, tonight we're taking mom off the ventilator. She has 3 hours to live. Hope and prayers out to mom. 46 likes underneath it, right? Like, is there a better way to empathize with somebody? Then I started thinking, maybe Facebook video games aren't the worst thing. It's the Wii games. That's the worst thing.